In this video, I'm going to show you how you can snipe meme coins like these traders that have earned hundreds if not thousands of dollars in a matter of only a few seconds. We'll be using Bullex. It is currently the #1 meme coin trading website. To snipe coins instantly without delays, you'll need to get Nova. It also helps in avoiding buy errors. After you click on the links at the top of the description, you'll skip the waiting list for both and get a 10% fees discount. So yeah, the link should take you here. Just connect your Nova account on Telegram, head over to settings. For fees, you can just leave it on the default fees unless you want to change it up a bit depending on how much you're allocating. Now go back and for slippage, I personally just use 20 and 35. I believe they're the best. For buy and sell, you could honestly just leave it on Mev Protect if you want to leave it on safe. But personally, I would go for Ultra. It will just take in whichever one's faster. So either the safe one or the faster one, but without Mev Protect. And yeah, you should do the same for sell as well. And now, finally, for quick buy, you can change it to however much you're allocating, or you can just leave it to the default settings. Personally, I'll just leave it alone. And don't forget to press on Nova Click for it to actually work on Bullex. New creations is the tab we'll be using. Just make sure you're on pump.fun Solana. In about to graduate, oftentimes this is just way too risky. You'll lose lots of Solanas here. Trust me, you do not want to try this. As you can see, a lot of them are just way too suspicious. This is not good. Here, if you want to play with the no filter strategy, it is not bad at all. There's a whole new different method. It's by being hyperactive. As you can see, a lot of these are being sniped. However, to combat this, to beat them, you first want to be mentally prepared for what's about to come. Now let me just show you an example. For Zeno.ai, when you want to enter is at the very start when it's 0, like this one. As it goes up, you want to immediately sell. This is how you snipe. Otherwise, waiting this long, 19 seconds, 15 seconds, will only make it bad for you and you'll get rug pull scammed. Now this is when you want to have an X account. For example, for this one, if we enter it, we want to immediately enter their socials if we can see if it's real. If we believe that they are reasonable or good, we can go back immediately and see. And as we saw, it was a decent one. It's definitely not one to throw away and forget about completely. And let's not forget, you always want to buy at the very start, when it's literally $0. And how you will do that? You will buy even before you check the account. You buy, immediately press the X account, do your research in 3 to 7 seconds, and immediately come back and sell if you don't believe that they're good. And make sure to sell before it's too late. The devs are probably waiting, or the top holders are probably about to sell before you do. And if you use my link for the website, you'll get a % off and you'll skip the waiting list. Generally, when you enter, there's gonna be like a waiting list that delays, but the link that I have will immediately take you into the website. This right here is a good example of what may look like a huge rug pull. This. You want to be careful of these, especially when the percentage of the top 10 holders are this high. So what I'm about to explain to you is a very niche skill. It's a bit hard to explain because this is usually the type of skill to work with people that are experienced. So if you're new, this might be a little hard to understand. Even at a start like this, where it seems a bit suspicious, if the number of the top 10 holders percentage isn't too high, 51 is okay. A second ago, it was 30%. Now it's 50%. You could try to wait for a small drop and buy. And there are times where it doesn't even work and it just plummets. But this meme coin has some reputation, especially if you do your research, you'll probably know better. And it literally just happened. If I have bought right here, I would have went up all the way to here and potentially have sold for at least a 3x. We can check right here, right now. Actually much more, a 5x potentially, which is insane, right? And it keeps going. And yeah, as you can see, it's literally skyrocketing. But basically, I believe it was right here when I mentioned about buying at the drop. If you did buy at the drop and stayed patient and consistent, a total increase of 10x, 900%, right? And you gotta understand that a website like Bullex is made for fast trades. So what does that mean? That there will be big drops as well to follow. So you gotta be careful all the time. Make sure to sell before it's too late. When you're trading, I highly recommend you to join at least a couple of Discord servers. You can join this one, like the current one I'm in. Join these Discord group calls and trade together. It's much better to trade as a group, as you guys can learn from one another, and it's good. You'll learn much faster this way. Now let's take in this meme coin as an example. You see this bar right here? First of all, you'll go here, go down, apply volume, okay? Turn it on. This will help tremendously. Volume is these green and red bars. Now what you will want to do at the start of any meme coin is buy, of course, right? If you see some potential, if you've made your research on the meme coin, you'll have to buy. Here's where things will matter the most. As they grow up, a lot of times, a lot of people make the mistake of waiting for it to rise at the top and then somehow making the guess that this is the peak, when realistically any meme coin could go higher or could end at a much lower state. What you'll want to do is actually stop being greedy. By waiting, it's actually a really bad idea. Any little rise, especially like these ones, always follow a drop right after. So what you'll want to do, as you see a rise, you'll want to sell. Take in that 2 to 3x increase. Then if you still feel like there's some potential, you'll wait for the drop and buy again. You don't ever want to buy and then just wait for the peak and then assume this is the best place to sell, because realistically it could be anywhere. Being hyperactive, buying and selling quickly is always the best strategy. The rule of thumb is whenever you see lots of green bars following each other with a couple of red bars like these 2 or 3, you'll always notice a drop soon after. You want to try your best and estimate when that drop will occur and try to sell right beforehand. You'll see something like this. These are common indicators that you should be aware of. Now, if you were to have followed this, you would have crashed in a 400% increase Solana. Assuming you paid 1 Solana here, taking in that 3x increase and then putting a 1 Solana back in motion right about the drop, you would have accumulated a total of 3 Solanas and potentially grown out some more. The second best tool that you can download immediately is RSI. Download Relative Strength Index. This will open up a whole new graph that you could utilize at any moment. So if we look at this purple graph, the top bar is generally where you want to be selling. Notice how most of the peaks drops do occur right after. The middle zone right here is where you will be determining whether you should stay consistent and wait for a peak, as you see right here, or completely exit out of this and sell the coin immediately. Now the bottom row is what we call the dead zone. In this zone, generally the coin is either dead or it may have a rise soon. You can generally determine that by your instincts and your research on the social media accounts. Oftentimes, whenever you see coins that drop in the dead zone like so over here and here, they often make huge comebacks. So consider the dead zone also the buy zone. This is where you'll be buying. An account like this guy, we can see they've grown from 1,500 to almost 1 million at 750,000, which is incredible. Notice how they're always very active. 24 minutes, 5 minutes, 39 minutes, 57 minutes. You do not, especially on this website, want to be lazing around and just letting these meme coins go. You have to be hyperactive. However, make sure to not copy traders, as that is a rabbit hole. That's what they want you to fall through. It's a trap. So yeah, just be careful. Try to learn from them, but not copy them. However, you could try to replicate their skills into other meme coins. And here's another reason why this website is incredible, as it brings you the best of the best. For example, this meme coin right here, it just started literally an hour ago, 10 a.m. Right now it's 11 a.m. and it's rising immediately. You can easily catch on to these meme coins. As you see, this rise is literally a more than 10x increase. Generally, most of the time, even if you see big sudden falls, it's fine. Oftentimes it goes back up. However, you should definitely be careful, especially if you're a new beginner trader. And yeah, as you see, it keeps going up and down. So far, it's looking good. Make sure to use the first link in the description, as you will get a free 10% off for this website. Bullex is currently the best and most convenient website for trading. Oh, by the way, another important strategy is to use this holders tab. As you can see, as long as the top 10 holders percentage isn't too high and it's generally safe in the safe range, and if you notice a rise in the bot users, these bot users are not dumb, okay? They know what they're doing. Chances are you'll be in the better side of the things. So sometimes if you do what the bot does, you'll follow in the success with these bots as well. And I'm sure lots of the bots sold about here, but maybe not too many. And I'm not sure if the bots sold in this area, but they definitely succeeded nonetheless, and they made profit. I will literally go to any other coin and there's a good chance that the bot users are smart enough to understand. You see how this is the halfway mark, right? This is also the halfway mark, roughly around here. And if you followed along and bought in this region, you probably would have gotten an increase, a rough increase of probably about 50-60%, which is a good little increase. If we go to this meme coin, the bot users, I know it may not look like it, but the bot users have bought in this region right here. Most of the bots, as you can see. And then look, it went down. That means they sold and it went down. Perfect. And this is why getting some bot tools can occasionally be good, but risks do come along. In my opinion though, yes, you can definitely try out some bots, but you should do some research as well on the bots. However, you don't necessarily have to get them, as you can just pull off this strategy of going to holders and going to bot users and following them. But yet again, this doesn't always work, because if you see this little bump here, this big bump, it was actually at the wrong time and it kind of backfired, as you can see. So rule of thumb, trust your instincts and try to grow that skill of knowing when and when not to buy. You always have to be mentally prepared. You will lose, okay? And eventually you will also win. If we go to the top traders tab and go to this or the first guy, we can see people are growing like crazy. They start from 16,000 and now they're selling at 750k, which is insane, by the way. You gotta understand that a lot of them are very active, so you want to have lots of tabs open, at least 2 or 3, it will be much better. And while you're at it, join the Discord down below. We share lots of intel, we guide you, we help you. It's a big community of 11,000 members. As you see, we have scanning tabs, Twitter monitors, and also some websites to be careful of. Anyways, that should be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and learned as much as possible. Feel free to subscribe. This is currently my first video and I will be uploading so many more trading videos and meme coin tips for you guys. I'll see you guys later.